Welcome everybody, and this is my kind of my last week for that 12-week fat loss experiment that I did, and I wanted to just share with you guys a little bit of why I did that. So this is going to be like a summary video of everything, and then if you want help, if you want consulting, if you want me to help you to get through some of the struggles that you've been having with your weight loss program, I'm here to help. But first, I did this because I wanted to meet you guys where you are. Some of you that have been struggling for years and years and years to lose weight. And I wanted to actually do an experiment where I gained 35 pounds and over 12 weeks, see how much I can lose. I did a variety of different things. So I'm not going to go over all of it, but I did a variety of different things each week. And I shared those on my videos with you. For example, intermittent fasting. I did 1 meal a day for a while, 2 meals a day. Then I also did a three-day fast as well during that time period. I went on an 11-day fast. I did a 5-day fast, a 7-day fast. I did a lot of fasting in addition to cutting out the processed foods, cutting out the fast foods, cutting out the foods that was going to basically put on weight instead of the foods that was going to help me lose the weight and give me minerals and vitamins. And so I started cutting those things out. In addition to that, I did different types of exercises. I always pretty much keep up with my walking program. I also added some of the HIIT training in there. I added the gym. I went to the gym and would lift weights a little bit. And I was at the pool. I didn't tell you about this, but I was at the pool and I did my own little water aerobics because I used to teach water aerobics. So I kind of know how to do that as well. So I did a variety of exercise. I implemented that. I implemented the fresh air, being outside as much as I can when it wasn't too hot, and getting enough rest and enough sleep, and having, just control over the foods that I was eating, not to overeat. And so there was a lot of things that I did during that 12 weeks that I share with you on the videos, but I wanted to just give you a recap of why I did it. I want to be able to really help people. I'm sorry, I got this piece of paper in my hand, but I may have to refer to my notes because it was so much that I did during that time. But I really wanted to help people. I really wanted to show people, here is a way that you can lose weight. And you basically, you don't have to do it the way that I did, but these are just things that I did. So then when I do consult and help someone, I can say, try this, try that. I know that everybody can't fast like I did. So just want to let you know, I'm not going to put anybody on a fast, what do you call it? Fast track to fasting real quick. No, but it could be just cutting out a couple foods out of your regimen, just cutting back on some foods, maybe not going out to eat as much. It could be little things, just starting with baby steps, because that's what I did at the beginning. I started with baby steps, and I progressed over time. So just wanted to let you know kind of why I did it and what was the significance of me gaining 35 pounds and then trying to lose it, or lose some of it, not all of it in 12 weeks, but some of it, and what things I did. I want to be able to meet you where you are. I want to be able to help you. So if you know anybody that's struggling with weight loss, that really wants to go on a different level, try something that they haven't done, or just do the things that they've been doing, but maybe tweak them a little bit and put them in a different way of how they're doing things to lose weight, I can help you. So what I want to start with is, and I'm sorry I have to look at my notes because I couldn't remember all of this. It was just a lot that I did in those 12 weeks. Like I said, I came up with something, and it's called I Will. And those acronyms stand for insulin. So that was one of the number one things that I focused on: insulin, lowering your insulin levels by eating low glycemic or low index foods, and making sure that the foods that I'm eating are not going to cause my body to store fat, but instead my body is going to burn fat because of the foods that I'm eating. And that's what the I stands for. So I was working on and trying to figure out how I can lower my insulin by the foods that I eat, and making sure, and also through fasting, but making sure that the foods that I was eating was not causing my body to store fat, but instead that my body was now going to be a fat burning machine, and I was going to be able to lose fat and burn fat for energy, instead of using the carbohydrate and the glucose for energy. So that was what the I stands for. Now, the W in will, that stands for willpower. I had to have willpower. I had to be able to say no to things that I wanted to eat. I had to be able to say no to things that I wanted to buy when I went to the grocery store that maybe was processed, maybe it was in a can, maybe it was in a bottle. I had to say no to some invitations that I received from friends and family that said, okay, well, we're at this place, go and meet us here and come eat. Maybe I went, but I did not eat because I knew that those foods was not going to be in correlation with where I was going with the 12 weeks. So that's what the will stands for, willpower. You have to have willpower. And then the I in will stands for information. So information is important. I had to kind of do some research and go back through some of the books and my notes and things that I've done in the past to know what foods help you and what foods don't. So which of the foods with the information I was getting would cause me to be sad, would cause me to be depressed, would cause me to have just be tired and lethargic and not have energy, versus which foods would cause me to have energy and feel like I have life in me and be able to sustain the things that I had to do during the day without having to do any caffeine or any additional things to perk me up. So I had to do the information to see what these foods were going to do. Were they going to give me the vitamins and the nutrients and the minerals that I needed? Were they going to rob from me? Were they going to steal from me? So I wanted to eat foods that were going to build me up, give me the energy, and not pull me down and steal from me. And so the first L in will is lifestyle changes. You have to be willing to adapt to new lifestyle changes, to new habits, to doing new things. You have to be willing to adapt in that and be able to make some conscious decisions that you want to change your life. You want to have a lifestyle change in this. It's not just for 12 weeks or just 6 weeks or whatever you're going to do, or when you lose the weight, now you go back to the same. I can't do that, because if I do, I'm going to gain more weight than I lost before and be in a deficit instead of being positive on the weight loss. And you have to be able to make lifestyle changes. Then the last L and will is limit the processed food. You got to have limitations on yourself. You have to limit the processed foods, the sugary foods, the canned and bottled foods, the sweet foods, the snacks. You have to be able to have limits on there to cut back eating at a certain time in the evening, to cut back on drinking water, drinking liquids on a certain time, because your body will hold that overnight as well, and you won't be able to sleep very well. So there was a lot of things that I did, but to sum it up, I just said, I will. That would be what I would call it for my program, I will. So I was able to do these things by putting all this together and make it simple so that I can complete it, but then also I can help somebody else. So I still have a little ways to go, you guys, but I'll get there, because again, I think I told you in another video, I'm going to even lose more weight than that, because I want to get down to a certain weight for me, and as far as my height and what I feel comfortable with. And I will share that with you along the way, but wanted to let you know I'm doing good. I hit the mark. This was my 12th week, and I'm done. And now I just got to keep moving forward. Not to say I'm not going to go back. I can't regress and go back and eating processed food. Even if it is plant-based or vegetarian, I have to be able, like I said, have some type of limitations and willpower, information, and be able to just know that if I keep my insulin levels down at a good pace, then I know I'll be burning fat and all of those things that help me to get where I am. So I encourage you guys, if you know somebody that's struggling, send them this video. I will help in any kind of way I can. I'm open to consulting with you and helping you. And so just thrive in health and not survive in health. But I did it. So those of you that's been following me from the first video, thank you for your prayers. And I know it was a struggle, because when I was gaining the weight, I was eating things that I normally wouldn't eat, and your body gets kind of used to those. So I had to do some detox in there as well. So thank you, and thank you for the support, and stay tuned, because somewhere along the line, I'm going to let you know how I'm doing with the weight loss and how much more I've lost and what I've been doing. But share this video, and again, reach out if you're struggling, if you need help, if you want to just lose weight, keep it off, and make a lifestyle change so that you can be healthy and thrive in health. God bless.